The first ever Xbox Series X gameplay was shown to us in an Xbox event that was supposed to hype everyone up for the capabilities of the powerful next generation console. The event was going to showcase third-party developers showing games being optimized and running on the Xbox Series X. It was an all-digital event that was aimed at some of the hardcore gamers that were going to tune in and be excited for next generation. And while some of the games we saw did showcase a lot of the cool features we will see when the consoles launch, it wasn't the big blowout event a lot of fans were expecting. Did I personally enjoy a lot of the games being shown? Of course I did. There were a lot of very impressive games on display and some jaw-dropping graphical showcases I think a lot of people aren't giving enough credit to Xbox for showcasing. Because Xbox could have easily just let the spring go by without showing anything to gamers and keep us in the dark. But instead they stepped up and had a digital show just to get us hyped for what's to come in the next generation games. So I do have to say I appreciate that. But in this video, I want to talk about the games being shown and what executives have said the standards will be for the next generation Xbox Series X. So let's get into these articles and confirm statements by Xbox executives. But like always, if you like the video, hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. Alright, let's get into these articles and what the executives had to say before the show and even after the show. Because as of right now, I do have to say the show did show some amazing looking games that made me excited for the hardware. But it also didn't show me nearly as much gameplay as I wanted from certain games. That's right, I'm talking about you, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're looking straight at you. Yet even with the lack of gameplay that was shown by Assassin's Creed, I was still impressed by some of the other games that were shown. Not to mention, this helped show gamers exactly what Microsoft and other developers will be doing the rest of the year, which this article does point out when it says this. Today, Microsoft showed off its Xbox Series X gameplay showcase in a live stream on YouTube and other platforms. The event was billed specifically as a demonstration of the power of the Xbox Series X, but little was done to actually explain how any of the showcase games benefit specifically from the features and components present in the next-gen console. This event offered a glimpse into the difficulty the industry may experience marketing their titles in the world that we're living in, as they pivot to homemade experiences without the bombast and polish we typically get on a big Los Angeles stage. Now, this is something I fully agree with, because while I enjoyed a lot of the games I saw, I still felt a little empty after the show because it didn't have that big stage that E3 provides. We didn't have the same energy that a huge stage at E3 brings. And I know a lot of people have said before that E3 is gone and we don't need it, but to me I have to say this show and all the other digital shows will just solidify how important E3 is to not only the developers, but to the fans. Because while the stream was high quality, it still didn't show the games at the best they could be. A lot of the games shown on the stream were running at a low frame rate, yet once they were uploaded individually to YouTube, they were running at 60 FPS, which will be the standard when it comes to games. And Aaron Greenberg, head of marketing at Xbox, just said that on Twitter. Greenberg was asked about the performance of the console and specifically the frame rates per second. This was his response. 60 FPS will be the standard output, but the architecture allows us to support up to 120 FPS. Now, some of these games did say they will be running at 60 FPS, and even one said there will be a mode for 120 FPS, which to me is a massive thing to confirm because one of the best things about these new systems is going to be the CPU. I can't express enough how important the CPU is going to be for the developers. Better AI, better physics, better performance. Just a much smoother transition for gaming altogether. It'll bring balance to our systems. You can even see some of the benefit from the games being shown with all the particles and the different physics that are on display. And I think as developers get more and more comfortable with the machines, they will be able to make some amazing games. You throw in the smart delivery feature that Xbox seems to be touting from the rooftops, and we can see that developers are taking advantage of the new features of the Xbox Series X. What this smart delivery means is that once you buy a game for the Xbox One, it will automatically upgrade and get a resolution and frame boost once you get it on the Xbox Series X. That means you only have to buy one copy of the game. They also showed multiple developers, as you can see right here, with all working on the Xbox Series X, and a good chunk of these developers are working on smart delivery features for their games already in development. But that still doesn't hide the fact that Xbox and even Ubisoft did say this will showcase the power of the Xbox Series X. Here's what the article had to say. Microsoft repeatedly described this event as being a gameplay showcase, which for me comes with certain expectations. I realize that I'm a different audience than perhaps the broader viewership, and if you're reading this, you probably are as well. But when I think of gameplay trailer as a core gamer, I think of a demonstration of actual play. Instead, we got primarily choreographed cutscenes, rapid supercuts, and possibly even some CGI weaved in for good measure. It's easy to be skeptical about whether or not this is truly indicative of what you'll experience when you have a controller in hand. Now, I agree with this statement wholeheartedly, because I was expecting to at least see a 4 to 5 minute gameplay trailer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but we didn't get that. But we did get some amazing titles with visuals we haven't seen before. Yet I still feel it was a little empty in the execution. I think having supercuts and only 2 seconds of gameplay isn't enough to show just how powerful this console is going to be. If you want to showcase the Xbox Series X at its fullest, make sure you show a good amount of gameplay. And I'm not trying to hate on Xbox or the people that put the show together. I'm actually very happy they put the show together. It's a great testing hub to showcase the games, but also a great way for them to get the July 1st party event to hit the beats this one just didn't. Not to mention, Xbox is the only gaming company putting a show together right now and giving us fans of gaming something to look forward to. And that's something the article says here. It's easy to succumb to negativity, this is the internet after all, but at least Microsoft managed to get an array of titles together and give us a bunch of new stuff to potentially look forward to. Bloober's team, The Medium, looks excellent, featuring the musical stylings of Akira Yamaoka of Silent Hill fame. Neon Giant's debut offering, The Ascent, looks like it could appeal to sci-fi and Diablo fans, and of course we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which already looks immense. Now, out of all the games I saw running on what's going to be the Xbox Series X, I do have to say that Bright, the first game they showed, was the standout. I thought the game looked insane. Right when I saw it, I was blown away. I almost felt like it was a Crysis remaster being shown, and I was a little giddy. But as the game went on, I figured it was something different, and I was super into it. So good on them for starting the show off with such an awesome game. I think it really did hit the tone of what they were trying to do. The next game has to be The Ascent, which was that top-down Diablo-esque game. I thought that game looked super cool and intense. I really love games like that. I find them very fun and also a lot of fun with friends, but this game looked gory, violent, and most of all, pretty next-gen for the type of game it was trying to be. They showed off a little bit of the physics and a lot of the gameplay. I really enjoyed the showing. Kind of funny, when you show more gameplay of a game, I tend to like it more. Now, of course, there were other games I wanted to see in some bigger games, but hey, I always try to look at the positives when it comes to gaming. And right now, in the situation the world is in, it's great to get some gaming news and some awesome games in general. And I don't know about you, but I also feel that these shows will really solidify just how important E3 is for us gamers. I love the live events, I love the high production they put into the show, and mostly, I love that developers come very prepared when it comes to E3. And the article says as much when it says this. Thus sums up some of the growing pains of marketing gaming in this world situation. Traveling to studios to do live demonstrations is ultimately impossible, and developer timelines are impacted, as well as general availability to put something like this together. Everybody's health ultimately has to come first, hence why many of the interviews were conducted over webcams and laptop microphones. Microsoft, please buy some of your employees a quality microphone. We have some recommendations right here. Get better microphones, guys. Trust me, they're extremely important. But all joking aside, I'm just grateful we got a show and we got to see some world premieres. Not to mention some games I'll give a shot. Let's hope Sony gets a show going in June for their PS5 because I'm excited to see what they've been working on. And let's hope Xbox shows up in July and shows us exactly what we want, which is massive AAA games with some awesome gameplay. Show everyone why we're buying the Xbox Series X. Sure, the third-party games will run the best on the system, and we're all happy about that, but show us the first-party developers and show us what they can get out of this monster of a machine. I want to see Halo running. I want to see all these games that you're talking about, especially Halo. I want to see these gameplays. Make them a little longer. Let us get excited about what you're building. But enough of what I think about all this. Tell me what you think about all this. Were you disappointed in the show? Did anything impress you? Do you want to see bigger games next time? What game did you find the most appealing? Did you want to see more Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay like I did? What other publishers do you want to put on the show? Did this make you miss E3? Because I believe E3 is extremely important more than ever now. Go down below and let me know, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. I just beat Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I loved that game. It was a lot of fun. And now, actually, I'm playing Bleeding Edge. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I picked that up last night, and I have to say, the game's actually surprised me. It's a lot of fun, very concise, and the combat is very unique. I recommend everybody check that out on Game Pass. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.